Consistency is important because it decreases chaos in our lives, and we don't want chaos. By applying consistency within our lives, we make our actions predictable to other people who can therefore plan around us. And if they do the same, we can also plan around them. So there's no sudden surprises. I compared it to traffic, if everyone keeps in their lane, constant speed, no sudden accelerations or brakes, you always signal your turns, everyone knows what you're going to do, and if everyone else does that, there will be no accidents because we can all factor each other in. But a better metaphor, I think, is being struck by a meteorite. It's just such a sudden, unpredictable thing, you can't prepare for it. And that's terrifying. That is what chaos is. The idea that there is something out there that just hits you no matter how hard you prepare. And that's kind of like cancer. That's what's so terrifying about cancer. Other illnesses, like AIDS, more or less you know what actions you have to do and what actions you have to refrain from in order to avoid contracting the disease. So you know that if you do certain things and don't do others, absent any wild cards, say someone stabbing you with an infected needle, you have a very high chance of never contracting that disease. In fact, you have an almost certain chance of never contracting the disease. Now, cancer isn't like that. And that's why it's so terrifying, because we don't know who it's going to hit. It's just like a lottery. It's random. It's like the fucking Hunger Games. And that's what's so terrifying about it. That chaos, that unpredictability is something that we want to limit in our lives. And that's why consistency is important, to make sure that we limit the kind of cases like cancer hitting you or a meteorite hitting you out the sky that completely disrupt your life without you having any way of preparing for it. And that's the same for the rule of law, right? Rule of law is all about you being able to predict the outcomes of your actions. If you know that the law is going to be applied uniformly and consistently, and that nobody's just going to change the rules mid-trial, you know exactly what you need to do and not do to stay out of jail. And that's decreasing the chaos in your life. That's decreasing the unpredictability. Now, on the contrary, if you have a chaos situation where there's a dictator who says, fuck it, I'm going to change the rules. This thing you were doing until yesterday that was perfectly fine is now illegal. And even if you stop doing it, it's retroactive. So you're going to go in jail anyway. Well, that's totally unfair. That is pure chaos in your life. That means that you do not have control over what happens to you, over what your future is. You can't plan your life at all. That is chaos that needs to be decreased via consistent application of consistency.